So where are you all going?
Me, Roy, Iggy, and George are going to the local Comic-Con.
And so what am I supposed to do?
You and the girls can have a girls' night.
To do what?
Talk about the guys.
How is that different from any other night?
You make popcorn.
Sounds thrilling.
Oh, it is once Martina starts throwing at the television. Or would you rather go to Comic-Con with us?
Buttered or plain?
Plain. Buttered sticks to the television.
Whatever may come our way, we'll deal with it day to day. We hope you'll be there while we're living in our timeshare.
What are you doing in there? I'm looking for popcorn. I thought we had. I think me and Iggy finished it. It would have been nice if you'd told me. I'm sorry, I didn't think it was a big deal. Besides, when do you eat popcorn? Steve says it's something you do on girls' night. I usually just throw it at the television. So I hear. What are you doing over there? I'm looking through my bro's porn collection. Kathy, whatever you do, don't look. Ma, I've seen porn before. You've never seen anything like this. Why? What's he got on there? It's too kinky to even mention. And that's all my mum's fault. Where is your mother? She didn't want any part of this, so she went to the movies. They're showing the Godfather trilogy. We won't be seeing her until next Tuesday. Besides, how's Steve's porn your mom's fault? Because she won't let us have sex. I still don't understand that. I never let my mother tell me what to do. But you always tell me what to do. That's different. I'm your mother. Okay, I'm gonna say it. That made absolutely no freaking sense. I understood it. You did? Sure. She's my mother. Well, I'm glad we cleared that up. I should have gone to Comic-Con. What was that? Nothing. Skip it. Well, I can't find the popcorn. Why don't you come out and join us? Wait, I know what I'll make. I'll whip up some oatmeal cookies. Did she just say oatmeal cookies? She did. Hell, I should have gone to Comic-Con. I can't throw oatmeal cookies at the television. Why not? Too many crumbs. Good, because I'm not cleaning them. Let Francesca clean them. Are you kidding? Have you seen what she considers cleaning? She may not be able to clean, but have you seen the legs on her? Hell, I'd kill to have legs like that. I don't think Francesca has such great legs. Oh yeah? Well, who do you think does? Of all of us here, definitely your daughter. Oh, I don't want to hear this. I'm amazed that George can even keep his hands off of you. You should have heard them the other day with that infernal contraption they got at the sex store. You bought a sex toy? We did. So how was it? Isn't that getting a little personal? It's all right, Ma. It didn't work too well. So you and George still haven't? No, not yet. See what you did? You made my daughter sad. I think she was sad long before I said anything. I think what she needs to do is talk about it.
Kathy, you don't need to talk about this if you don't want to. It's all right, Ma.
What exactly is the problem?
I don't know. George just can't. Well, you know.
Not at all.
Well, it twitches a little, but it's kind of like watching an inchworm crawl out of the ground.
Well, there's a picture I'll never get out of my head. Well, have you tried, touching him?
Oh, I definitely don't want to hear this all the time.
And no response?
Nothing.
Well, have you tried using your...
Okay, that's enough of that. Why? It was okay for you and Roy. That was different. Yeah, I know. You're my mom.
That seems to be the stock answer for everything.
You know, I caught the two of them.
Yeah, we know, Kathy.
Well, I don't. What's the juicy down low?
Use your imagination.
Oh. Oh.
I'm not sure I want to hear this either. Why? It's a normal part of sex. Besides, you don't have to worry about getting pregnant. I still think it's disgusting, and I told Steve it's never going to happen. And he's okay with that? He says he is.
Don't believe him. I know my bro. It's been his lifelong dream.
Well, he's just going to have to keep dreaming.
Then don't expect your relationship to last long.
For your information, we still haven't had any kind of sex yet, and he's still with me. I think Steve's a lot deeper than you give him credit for.
Maybe, but I've lived with him long enough to know what he wants out of a relationship.
Can we please change the subject?
Why? Did I hit a nerve?
I think we're all hitting quite a few nerves. Let's face it, sex is a touchy subject, especially when it comes to men's needs. But why do men need such disgusting things? I told you, men are pigs.
Something we agree on. George isn't. He doesn't think of sex at all.
That can't make you happy.
It doesn't. But I'm not giving up hope just yet.
Kathy, you're a good girl sticking by your man.
My daughter was always a good kid, even if she dresses like a slut. Mom, there is nothing wrong with the way I dress. Yeah, if you're a hoe.
Hey, your daughter's got great legs. She should show them off.
I knew this conversation would come back to our legs. You're just jealous 'cause mine are nicer than yours.
She got you there.
Yeah, well, she doesn't have to remind me.
Phyllis, don't feel so bad. You have other attributes. Your voice could wake a battalion of Marines.
Oh, very funny.
Kathy, this is the last thing I'm going to say on the subject of you and George.
Oh, thank God.
Sit down and talk to him. Experiment. Try to get him to relax. I'm sure you'll have no trouble getting him aroused.
I'll try.
Bloody hell! I can't find the raisins.
Will you forget about the damn cookies?
Well, I have to make something for us to snack on. Why not just make plain oatmeal cookies? Oatmeal cookies without raisins? Sure, why not? That's like peanut butter without jelly.
I actually prefer peanut butter with that marshmallow fluff.
Now that's disgusting. You might as well just put me into a sugar coma.
I like peanut butter and banana.
You would.
I don't like peanut butter at all. It sticks to the roof of my mouth. Oh, but you got no problem putting other things in your mouth. At least that doesn't stick to the roof of my mouth.
No, but it can get caught in your throat. Not if you're careful.
My mom was very careful, weren't you, Mom?
As long as you don't bite down.
Ouch, that does hurt. How would you know?
You forget? Used to be a guy.
Oh yeah, that.
I almost forgot what it was like to be a man. Are you happier now? Much.
Martina, I think you're pretty terrific.
Thank you, Kathy. I sometimes wondered what it would have been like to have been born a man. I think my life would have been a lot easier in some ways. Well, of course, it is a man's world after all.
I don't know. I've done pretty well being a woman.
Phyllis, no offense, but you're marginally a woman.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you are pretty tough.
You have to be tough to make it in this world.
Don't I know it? But trust me, being a man doesn't make it easier. That's just a myth. Kind of like the one where Keith Richards is really one of the Walking Dead. Keith Richards is a freak of nature.
Everyone knows it's the drugs.
Actually, it's Patty Hansen. That girl could keep anyone alive. Can you believe they're married over 40 years? Hey, Steph, can you imagine being married to Steve for 40 years? If we got married tomorrow, I'd be an antique by the time we hit number 40. We all would. Well, except for Kathy. She's got her whole life ahead of her.
Yeah, a life with Cosmopolitan and a vibrator.
Hey, don't think like that. You and George will work things out.
I hope so. Hey, you ever coming out of that kitchen?
I'm not giving up on our snack.
I cannot eat after 10 p.m. I get acid reflux.
We all do. Getting old sucks. At least the legs are the last thing to go. And there we are back on the subject of legs. Speaking of which, what's with you in the short dress? I got tired of letting my mom dictate my wardrobe, so at least for one night, I'm going to dress the way I want. You go, girl.
Why don't you just tell your ma you want to have sex with your boyfriend and that's all there is to it?
Because if I do that, she'll just go back to England.
Well, I certainly won't shed any tears if she does.
I kind of like the old biddy. We understand each other. She doesn't really bother me, but that voice.
Tell me about it.
Wait a minute. You should be the last one talking about voices. I've heard quieter air raid sirens.
At least people can hear me when I speak.
The whole city of Lancaster can hear you when you speak.
You are kind of loud, Mom.
Actually, I think Martina has the most commanding voice here. Me? Doll, look up melodrama in the dictionary. There's a picture of you next to the definition. I can't help it if I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Your sleeve, your cleavage, and your panties.
At least I have a cleavage.
Oh, so now you're attacking my breasts?
Show me some breasts and I'll attack them.
I'll show you my fists in a second. Mom, no violence.
It
It's all right, Kathy. I can handle your mother. She forgets I used to be a guy. And I used to drive a truck.
You drove a truck?
Right after my dad died, she needed something to do.
Couldn't you just take up needlepoint like normal people?
Trust me, there's nothing normal about my mom.
I found some chocolate chips, so I'm throwing them in there. Oatmeal chocolate chip?
It's actually a thing.
I guess I'm willing to give them a try.
I'll eat anything right now, I'm so hungry. Hey, we got any beer in the fridge?
I still haven't bought any.
You know, you're really falling down on the job.
I guess you'll just have to fire me. Hey, nobody else wants the job, so you're safe. You know, Steve had a dream that I asked for help around the house, and so I asked Martina, and she said she would help me as long as she could wear a French maid's outfit so she could show off her legs.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. See what you did? I don't want to look at some tranny's legs walking around this place.
Phyllis, that wasn't nice.
It's fine. It's certainly better than having to watch a man-woman walking around showing off her masculine thighs. Masculine enough to crush your skull like a grapefruit.
Come on, girls, it's getting ugly around here.
Yeah, Ma, being nice.
Your mother's just cranky because she's hungry.
Actually, I think she just needs sex. What's that supposed to mean? When was the last time you and Roy did it? None of your damn business. I think it was last Tuesday. How do you know? Because it was the last time I heard Roy go, hee-haw, ride that stallion.
When me and Iggy have sex, he screams, the train's coming, Becky. I still have no idea who Becky is.
When Dr. Einstein and I have sex, he just screams, Ach du Liebe, and then rolls over and makes like a dachshund.
I always wondered what Steve would scream if we ever had sex.
Knowing my bro, probably, God, Mrs. Bloodworth, that was amazing.
He does not want to have sex with my mum.
Believe me, he does.
And what makes you so sure?
Because he wanted to have sex with our mom.
Please tell me you're joking.
I wish I was. Our father abused us terribly growing up. Between that and the kids picking on him in school, he developed a very unhealthy attachment to our mother. It got to the point where he would fantasize about, well, you know. Now that's disgusting. He says he's outgrown it, but I see the way he looks at your mom.
I don't know what to say.
Don't tell him that I ever told you. It would kill him.
Believe me, I will never bring it up.
I hope I didn't do the wrong thing.
She'll get over it.
How do you get over that? The same way I got over what you did to Roy.
Steph, are you all right? Why wouldn't I be? Just because my boyfriend wants to do my mom. You don't know that for sure.
It's pretty likely.
And why is that?
Because Mrs. Bloodworth looks a lot like our mother. This just gets better and better.
Doesn't it now?
Well, This has been fun. Nah, Ma, please don't try to sound cool. It's too painful to listen to.
How are those cookies coming? They're in the oven baking. How long are they gonna be? Depends on the oven. It can be a bit persnickety sometimes.
Well, that's it. I've gone through my bro's entire porn collection.
Took you long enough.
What can I tell you? My bro has a lot of porn.
Well, I'm going to put a stop to that. How are you going to manage that? I'm going to have a talk with my mom and put my foot down.
You might get your chance sooner than you thought.
What do you mean?
She's walking up the walk with your boyfriend.
She wasn't supposed to be home for hours. Bloody hell, I can't let her catch me like this.
What happened to putting your foot down?
Later for that. For now it's putting my clothes on. Well, that's the last we're seeing of her tonight.
They're at the front door.
So, did you two have a good time at the movies? They had a power failure.
That's why we're home so early. So, you gals have a good time?
Oh, we had a blast. Right, girls?
Oh yeah, lots of fun.
Sis, what are you doing on my computer?
Oh, I was just going through your porn collection.
You what?
Well, I needed something to keep myself busy.
You look at porn?
If it keeps my hands off your daughter, what do you care?
He has a point.
By the way, where is Stephanie?
She went downstairs.
Is she all right?
Oh, she's fine.
She'll be even better after she changes her clothes. Changes her clothes?
Yeah, she spilled something on her top.
You were drinking? I don't see any glasses. I don't see any food of any kind. But I do smell something in the oven.
She's baking cookies.
At this hour?
She had some technical difficulties.
I see. Why do I get the feeling that you're not telling me something? Oh, I can't take it anymore. It was all my fault. What was all your fault? I told Steph about you and Mom. About me and Mom? Oh, Martina, you didn't. It just slipped out. What, were you in a coma?
It's not her fault. The conversation got a bit heated.
Why am I not surprised? Is she okay?
No, but she will be.
What is going on around here?
Trust me, you don't want to know.
No, what? My bro has the hots for you. Excuse me? Young man, you have some explaining to do.
Is this thing on? Testing, testing. Stephanie Bloodworth here with another installment of Timeshare Tidbits. Well, tonight was supposed to be lots of fun while my boyfriend was out with my mum at the movies. Instead of fun, it turned into a bloody disaster. It wasn't bad enough that my cookies burned, but tonight I found out that my boyfriend has the hots from my mum. Worse than that, I found out something from his past that was quite disturbing. I'm not really sure how I feel about the whole thing. I do know that this changes things a lot as far as our relationship goes. Quite honestly, I'm not sure I can even be in a relationship with someone who wants to sleep with my mum. Regardless, I'm not sure I'm going to see Steve Rogers again anyway. See, tonight, he left Sunnyside. I don't know where he went, and I don't know if he's coming back. What started out as an innocent day ended up as one of the worst days of my life. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do now. In spite of everything, I do at least hope that he's safe, wherever he is. I'm just afraid that I've seen Steve Rogers for the very last time. How do I turn this thing off?